Deep within the rugged mountains of Kyushu, Japan's southernmost main island, lies a place shrouded in mystery and whisperings, a village that seems forgotten by time and untouched by modern society. Inunaki village is not marked on many maps, and even locals speak of it with a mixture of fear, curiosity, and skepticism. This village is a place surrounded by dense forests and misty peaks, cloaked in shadows, both literal and figurative. Few have claimed to visit, and fewer have returned with clear answers. Instead, Inunaki village has come to be known in local legend as something of a cursed place, a realm disconnected from the outside world by something more than just geography. The origins of this mysterious reputation are tangled in folklore and rumor. One common thread among the stories is the village's refusal to abide by the laws and social norms of modern Japan. Some say it operates under a different set of rules entirely, a place where government authority has no reach, where electricity and cell phone signals fail to penetrate, and where time seems to stand still. The feeling of isolation here isn't just physical. It feels as if the village exists behind an invisible barrier, cut off from progress and protection alike. Tradition and fear intertwine in the stories people tell about Inunaki. According to local tales, the village was once a thriving, peaceful community. But something happened. Some say a violent conflict, others hint at a terrible curse that led it to become an outcast place. Over time, this narrative grew into a cautionary tale about venturing too close to a land where laws do not apply and where danger lurks just beyond sight. The name, Inunaki itself, is surrounded by mystery. While it literally means dog crying, some versions of the legend claim the village was named after a bridge or a river said to be haunted or cursed. Travelers who claim to have approached Inunaki often describe an eerie silence hanging over the landscape, broken only by the rustling leaves and distant animal calls. Stories speak of abandoned buildings, overgrown paths, and signs scribbled with warnings to outsiders. Some locals refuse to even utter the village's name, out of respect or fear. Others warn that strange figures or sounds have been sighted near the village's borders, feeding into the dark mythos surrounding it. Despite, or perhaps because of, its ominous reputation, Inunaki village has captured the imagination of urban explorers, paranormal enthusiasts, and conspiracy theorists alike. It serves as a symbol of a Japan hidden beneath the surface, a forgotten enclave resisting the rapid modernization that defines much of the country. Yet, as fascinating as these stories are, the truth remains elusive. No confirmed recent accounts, official records, or clear evidence explain why Inunaki seems so cut off. What is fact, and what is merely legend, blends into a foggy legend that continues to grow with each retelling. As we begin to explore the mystery of Inunaki village, it's important to keep this sense of uncertainty alive. The origins of Inunnaki's eerie reputation are as tangled as the forest paths that supposedly lead to its heart. Much of what is known about the village comes from regional folklore and urban legends that have been passed down, whispered, and sometimes wildly exaggerated over decades. One of the earliest stories suggests that Inunaki was once a prosperous settlement, but a tragic event marked its downfall. According to local tales, a violent conflict erupted, though details remain unclear, leading the village to sever ties with the outside world. Some versions of the story speak of a curse placed upon the land, a supernatural punishment that isolated Inunaki beyond mere geography. These narratives, while vivid, are steeped in rumor rather than documented history. Urban myths only intensified during the late 20th century when tales of a lawless enclave beyond the map captured public imagination. The narrative of a village where no government laws apply, and where the modern world's conveniences like electricity or cell phone signals fail, paints a dramatic picture. Yet, nobody can definitively confirm these claims. Such ideas likely grew from a mix of anecdotal accounts, hearsay, and the human penchant for mystery. Over time, these fragmented stories layered upon one another, eventually creating a dark mythos that portrays Inunaki as not just isolated, but actively dangerous or cursed. Anecdotal accounts from those claiming brief encounters with Inunaki add to the legend's complexity. Some report feeling a profound and inexplicable chill upon approaching the village boundaries, describing a deep silence broken by eerie noises or fleeting shadows glimpsed through the trees. Others mention finding ominous signs or graffiti warning outsiders to stay away, or encountering locals who behave in unsettling ways, reinforcing the fear of the unknown. However, these reports often lack verification and may be colored by imagination or prior expectations fueled by the legend itself. No widely accepted documentation or reliable witness testimony verifies these experiences, leaving them in the realm of local folklore and urban myth. Interestingly, the village's name, Inunaki, meaning dog crying, is itself shrouded in mystery. Some say it derives from a nearby bridge or river associated with tragic or supernatural events. Stories tell of phantom howls echoing through the night, reinforcing the village's otherworldly reputation. But once again, interpretation varies widely across source and storyteller, illustrating how folklore naturally shifts and adapts with each retelling. Scholars and skeptics alike note the lack of concrete evidence supporting the more chilling aspects of the Inunaki legend. No official documents record Inunaki as a lawless zone, and Japan's meticulous public records do not acknowledge such a village operating outside legal bounds. Still, stories endure, partly because there is no clear, simple explanation to dismiss them outright. This ambiguity allows imaginations to roam freely, blurring the lines between fact and fiction. The escalation of Inunaki's fearful image in popular culture owes much to this uncertainty. From online forums and social media to horror stories and Japanese pop culture references, the village has become a symbol of hidden danger in Japan's deeply modernized landscape. The legend of Inunaki Village reveals much about how folklore can shape cultural perceptions of isolated places and the unknown. In many ways, this story taps into universal human fears and fascinations. The fear of what lies beyond civil order and the curiosity about places untouched by progress. Folklore like that surrounding Inunaki serves a complex role. It marks boundaries, both real and imagined, where society's rules might break down. It warns outsiders to respect or avoid what they do not understand, reinforcing social cohesion by defining what is familiar versus strange or threatening. At the same time, the mystery of Inunaki reflects deeply rooted themes in Japanese culture, where the boundary between the natural and supernatural often blurs. The village's supposed isolation and cursed reputation echo ancient notions of places haunted by spirits or divine punishment. These stories keep alive a connection to older beliefs, even as modern Japan thrives on technological advancement and globalization. Inunaki becomes a kind of living metaphor, a reminder that despite urban growth and infrastructure, there remain pockets of mystery and fear in the collective imagination. Yet, the absence of verified facts about Inunaki is itself telling. The lack of official records or recent credible eyewitness accounts leaves the village suspended in a twilight between history and myth. This ambiguity allows the legend to adapt with each retelling, fueled by the human love of suspense and storytelling. In a country known for its diligence in record-keeping and governance, such a void invites speculation rather than dismissal. The persistence of the Inunaki legend highlights how stories can gain power not through truth, but through their emotional resonance. The idea of a cursed village disconnected from modern Japan evokes feelings of unease and wonder, offering a narrative space where societal fears about lawlessness, nature's unpredictability, or the limits of modernization play out. As much as Inunaki is about an actual place, it also exists as a symbol, a canvas on which anxieties and imagination mingle. In recent years, this blend of fascination and fear has elevated Inunaki beyond a local legend to a broader cultural phenomenon. It inspires horror fiction, urban exploration, and internet speculation, connecting people across generations and geography. This vibrant storytelling tradition reveals how folklore endures and evolves, influencing both local identity and wider popular culture. Ultimately, Inunaki Village may always remain a story rather than a confirmed reality. Its mystery exemplifies the power of legend to shape how we view the unfamiliar, turning remote places into icons of the unknown. In a world seemingly mapped and charted by technology, such myths remind us that mystery still persists at the edges. They reveal the human desire to explain, fear, and find meaning in what lies beyond the visible and the known. So, while the true nature of Inunaki Village might never be uncovered, the tale itself continues to captivate. It challenges us to reflect on the stories we tell about isolation, lawlessness, and the limits of civilization. And in doing so, it enriches Japan's rich tapestry of folklore, reminding us that some secrets thrive precisely because they remain just beyond reach.